Hello, and welcome back to Beyond the Screen, the Family Connection podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Samantha Hayes, educator, parent, and founder of Beyond the Screen Families. And we're in another new location. You can tell my black backdrop is just simply white because my husband set up my office for me in a different way, and now I need to figure out what I'm doing behind myself. So, nothing to distract you as we talk today. If you're listening during the holiday season, I'm gonna wager a guess that routines are out the window. Kids are home way more than usual. You, as the adult, are juggling a million things. In fact, I'm still working on wrapping Christmas presents, getting the cookies ready, and all of the stuff. And screens feel both incredibly helpful and incredibly frustrating. It's a both and. So maybe you're wondering, are we ruining everything by letting them watch so much TV? Or why does turning off the iPad feel like defusing a bomb right now? Today's episode is all about holiday screen balance without the drama. No drama, llama, right? Llama, llama drama. If you, those books, uh, you just know, right? You just know. It's not about eliminating screens. It's not about shaming yourself, but it's actually about creating a plan that works in real life. So here's the first thing I want you to hear clearly. So I'm going to pause for dramatic emphasis. Holiday screen struggles are not a parenting failure. I'm going to repeat that for you. Holiday screen struggles are not a parenting failure. They happen because three major things collide. The first one is routines disappear. School schedules change, bedtime shift, travel happens. Kids feel ungrounded in their bodies, even if they can't explain it. You might see that coming out as temper tantrums or attitudes or all of the things. Sometimes for me, it looks like maybe a little bit of ungratefulness in one of my kids. Um, but it's really because every single thing is shifting. Second, we're maxed out. Cooking, hosting, traveling, shopping. Screens become a no-think survival tool. Literally, no think, turn it on, let the kids at it, right? And sometimes they truly are helpful. The third thing is screens meet a real emotional need. What am I talking about here? Because you're like, wait a second, you're always talking about screen minimalism. Why are you now saying they meet an emotional need? But let me dive in just a second before you're like, click, turn off that podcast. They offer predictability, comfort, and regulation when everything else feels unpredictable. And that's why holiday screen battles feel louder, more emotional, and more exhausting than normal. So instead of reacting day by day, because man, that also gets super tiring, I want to give you a very simple framework that works for almost every family. Pran I'm going to fumble over my words now too. Plan, predict, replace. Plan, predict, replace. PPR. And this works especially good during the holiday season. Number one is to plan before emotion hits. Decide ahead of time when screens are helpful for your families. Maybe it's travel days, early mornings while adults are still waking up, one planned movie or show block per day. This removes the negotiation. What does that mean for us and our families? We always plan for about 30 minutes of some like cartoony show while we're all waking up. Like my kids come climb in bed with me. We sit there, we snuggle, we watch for about 30 minutes, and then we get up and we start our day. That's one thing. Then, when it's winter break and the holidays hit, we do really enjoy the holiday movies. And so we plan for those. It's okay, we're going to watch one movie per day. And that's it. That's it for screen time for us. We're not on iPads, we're not on other things. Those are the things. And we plan for it. There's no negotiation. The kids understand, and even my 3.5-year-olds understands what it means and when we're going to look at the screen. So they don't keep asking, can I watch this episode? Can I do this? Can I? It's not an ask. They know when it's coming. Two, so that was plan. Now it's predict. And predict is out loud ahead of time. Prediction, right? It's ahead of time that we're going to be doing this, not after the fact. Tell your kids the plan. And I was just talking to you about this. You might say, we'll watch a movie this afternoon, but mornings are screen free, or screens after dinner, but not before bed. You heard for us, it's 30 minutes when we first get up, so we all can get ready to get moving because, gosh, I just want to lay in bed a little bit longer. That's like a selfish thing for me, is like, I just want just a little bit longer in bed. And so we embrace that. And then we plan for the one movie per day. And when the movie's done, that's the end. So figure out what works for your family and plan for it. Predict it. Tell your kids out loud what the plan is and what you want the screen system, program, whatever you want to call it, what you want your screen usage to look like over the break. This predictability lowers anxiety, and it lowers it not only for you, but for your kids too. They understand what's coming. They know what to expect. And so it's less about this like negotiation, anxiety, when might I get it? When is it coming? All of that stuff that goes with it. And number three is replace. Plan, predict, replace. If screens are off, something else needs to be available. Not something perfect, not something parent-led, just something engaging and visible. We don't take screens away without replacing the experience. And I need to have you hear that for me. Have a replacement activity. Now, again, this can just be, I'm a huge fan of open-ended invitations and things like that. So maybe it's just supplies sitting out. Maybe you have our boredom buster box and you have one of those little curiosity prompts and it's just setting out inviting them in. Or you've bought an activity pack like the engineering challenge. And so you're going to pull out a challenge and then they get to go design and create and do all of those things. Or maybe you're like, I don't have any of that. The digital packs, you can get them still. You can get them still. You can download them today. Like you go get them, you get them today. So that's one thing you could do. But if that's not in your wheelhouse because you're like, I've spent way too much money at Christmas and I can't do anymore. I got you. So the other thing you can do is just look around your house and like, what do you have out? Create a whole challenge. You can just say, let's say they have magnet tiles. I want you to build me something with your magnet tiles. Walk away, leave them, and let them be and see what happens. Replacement activities and not having them is where most screen plans fall apart. Parents say no screens and then expect kids to magically know what to do instead. So let's fix that. I recommend 3 simple categories. So we're going to take what we were just talking about, those replacement activities, and I'm going to help you understand how you can replace. Replace without high effort. Move it. I've talked about this before in a podcast, and as you know, it's just going to keep circling around, right? It's the holidays, we're stressed, everything's coming out. I don't know what she talked about before. Move it. That's helping to regulate the body. Sometimes I see this in my kiddos. Like maybe we've watched a movie and we've decided to let the screen time go just a little bit longer. And so we're watching something else. And I start noticing little bodies like moving on the couch. And I'm like, that's my signal. I'm like, okay, it's time for us to move our bodies and not sit here any longer, even though I kind of want to be like a vegetable on the couch. Well, guess what? I can be a vegetable on the couch, and my kids can go and move. So, move it activities are things like indoor obstacle courses. Maybe it's like a holiday sock snowball toss. If you haven't done it, do it. Just go grab socks, wrap them into fold them up so they're in a ball and pretend they're snowballs and have a snowball fight. Wildly fun and will probably last longer than you expect. But those are things you can just go have your kids do for body regulation, right? Move their body, dance breaks, freeze dances, all of those kinds of things. Simple, doable. Okay, screens are off. I want you to go move your body. Why don't you make an obstacle course that your brother can do or that we can do in 30 minutes or something like that? Movement helps kids reset their nervous system, especially after screen use, where kids have been sitting there getting information, rapid fire. The things are changing, the lights changing, the colors are changing, and it's super duper fast. So movement, move it, number one. Number two is make it. Now let's talk about another screen alternative would be to engage your hands. Maybe it's, like I said, the building challenge with the magnet tiles. Maybe it's some craft supplies that you have available and they can have access to and start creating. Maybe it's a cardboard type of build. They're going to build a city or something like that. Honestly, you can just put the stuff out there and let it kind of come to fruition. Screen time is over. Hey, you guys, I have this stuff for you to start making something with. What can you create? It can be as simple as that. Hands-on activities replace the dopamine hit screens provide. So they're going to start getting that dopamine hit from the hands-on activities because they start seeing they themselves are doing and creating something, and it starts to feed the dopamine in their brain. And the last one I have for you is imagine it. Thinking about stretching their creativity here. So these are things like story starters, design a family game, pretend they're a holiday shop or a restaurant, or the other day we put out a cozy coffee connection. Maybe you're setting up a barista, they're becoming baristas. These activities tap into imagination, something screens often suppress. So here's the key. These options should be visible. A bin, a basket, a shelf. When kids know what to do instead of screen time, they become less dramatic. And if you're thinking, I love all these, but I really, really want something ready to go. That's exactly what our boxes do. That's exactly what they do. So I have a couple Boredom Buster boxes to finish out the end of the year. If you want to, you could get that. The Wonder Box will be coming next year, which I'm super excited about. But coming this January is our Play Box. It's our newest box and it launches January 2026. And you can get it now. So you don't have to go and wait. We're just not fully launching it to the world until January 2026. So you can go order yours now and it'll get shipped out like within a day. So go get it. They're ready for you. It's packed with 30 curiosity prompts to just get kids started. All of our boxes have curiosity prompts. That's what differentiates us, honestly, from a lot of other boxes you see out there. A lot of boxes give you a specific activity with specific guidelines and instructions, and you're creating something very specific. That's not the point of our box, any of them. All of the boxes are established with just something to get kids' brain firing. It's just an invitation. And that invitation can lead to such creative, imaginative types of play. So in the play box, you get 30 curiosity prompts. It includes sensory components, language components, because we had a speech and language pathologist help us with the language components on it, imagination, and movement for any time you want connection, creativity, and calm without more planning on your plate. It's a box. It's all there in this one box. And seriously, in my house, what happens is the boxes sit where my kids have access and they will just go and grab it whenever they feel like they would like to. It's an invitation waiting for your kids. You can get it right now at beyondthescreenfamilies.com/shop, and it will ship as soon as we get your order. So let me leave you with just a little reminder. Holiday balance is not about perfection because we don't need one more thing on our plate. It's about repair and rhythm. If screens get out of hand one day, you reset the next day. There's no guilt. There's no overcorrecting. You just hit reset and you can talk honestly with your kids about it. So here's your reflection question for this week. Where do screens genuinely help my family during the holidays? And where do they create more stress? Start there. One clear plan, one predictable routine, one strong replacement. That's how you create holiday screen balance without llama drama. Thanks for spending a little more time with us today. Here's to creating moments that stick. Bye, friends.